Joining me now is the Deputy Communications Director for the Ontario Liberal Party's campaign. Alex, thanks so much for speaking with me. Looking at some of these results, the PC is expected to win another majority government. What do you make of that, and what does this mean for the future of Stephen Del Duca and the Liberal Party?
Yeah, it's a great question, Wyatt, and also thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Look, I think what we're seeing is a reflection of the fact that party building can be hard work, right? I think if you speak to a lot of folks, the expectation was that it was always going to be, tough for us building back. I think we've done a really great job so far at building back. We ID'd a ton of voters, hit the streets. Volunteers were really energized and excited. Stephen came into this campaign having paid off all of her debt from the last campaign. So again, I think that what it comes down to is it's an iterative process. We're going to keep going. And I think what you're going to hear from Stephen later tonight is a lot of that sentiment, which is that the fight continues. So just because the Ford government's been re-elected tonight doesn't mean the Ontario Liberal Party stops, doesn't mean we stop that work of delivering sort of that fair, forward-looking, progressive alternative to the Ford Conservatives over the next 4 years.
And in terms of where the party actually goes from here, what do you think? Is there one thing you can pinpoint that the Liberal, obviously you haven't had a lot of time to digest this, but is there one thing that you can pinpoint that you think the Ontario Liberal Party should have done different in the election?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head in the sense that it's still very early. The polls closed probably within the last 30 or 45 minutes, and there's always an exercise post-elections, whether you win or whether you lose, to sort of take stock of all the decisions that were made throughout the campaign and happened in 2018. You can expect that to happen this time around. But look, I think this was an election unlike no other. It kind of happened at the tail end of some really challenging circumstances, not just for people in Ontario, but people right across Canada and the rest of the world. So again, I think there will be a lot of conversations about decisions that we can take moving forward that are going to help the party build back even stronger. But again, those conversations will happen after tonight.
And the PC's winning a majority government, the NDP getting official opposition. At least that's what many news outlets are projecting as of right now. Where does, obviously the Liberals are hoping to regain the title of, or regain official opposition, or regain party status, sorry. So I guess how do you see that happening? What is the pathway to gaining party status tonight?
Well, again, it's still really early. There's lots of polls yet to report in, lots of votes yet to be counted. Some of the results that we're seeing so far from ridings were, barely a quarter, barely half of the polls have sort of reported in. So it's going to be a little while before we have a clear picture of exactly how many seats we've got at the end of the night. But I don't think anything about the sort of vision that we put forward changes. I think at the end of the day, regardless of the number of seats that we have in the legislature, what you can expect to see Stephen and the rest of the party doing moving forward is delivering sort of that fair, forward-looking, progressive alternative to the Ford Conservatives. Like I said, that work doesn't stop tonight because of the result. It's just going to continue, and that's what you can expect from us going forward.
All right, Communications Advisor for the Liberal Party, Alex, thanks so much for taking the time. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.